2 months, let's go. SKO. Yay and stuff. Thank you for all the political content. I've been learning a lot while watching and finding ways to debate against my super conservative dad. Ahaha. Hassle. Love you chat hassle. Appreciate you helping me learn more about politics. Keep up the good work. Hello Hasan. Hassle chat has comfy. Of subs more than worth it, can't wait for many more. Has raid. 13 months and still a proud politics frog. Love you and your shenanigans, chat hassle. Unionize Amazon. United we fight. Solidarity together. Pog. Hassle. Been working at the VA and so many new patients coming in out of fear fed to them from Aeon, it sucks. Good morning chat bisexual pride hassle. Unionize Amazon. Yep. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I'm watching HasanAbi on company time. Three months Pog.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. Not to flex, but it's 72 degrees today here in California. But I hope you're all having a fantastic day. All the boys, girls, and MBs. I don't really have too much to go off of, aside from the fact that I think the 11, 12, 13 hour streams that I've been doing for the past couple of fucking days, if not weeks now, I don't even know how long it's been, have caught up to me officially today, especially because I started going to the gym regularly again. And this morning I woke up at 7 a.m. as I always do, right on the fucking dot. And I went to sleep at a reasonable hour. I think it was like around 12. And my body just said, nope, not happening. Not happening at all. I woke up at 7 a.m. and my body was just like, nah, you're going back to sleep, brother. So I went back to sleep. Luckily, I woke up again at 9 because I did have a call that I had totally forgotten about with like the WME agency endorsements division to tell them that I can't work with ISPs and other companies that they keep bringing over to me to do advertising with and endorsements with. So big business deals, believe me.
5 months, let's go,
my big business deals revolve around me telling my agents, no, I can't work with that brand. I can't do that.
Hassle.
And then me telling them that I will gladly work with Diet Coke,
Yee.
if they give me a lifetime Diet Coke, like free Diet Coke for life. Cold brew, cold brew shit like that. And although I do hate Pepsi, I love Diet Mountain Dew. I told them in the conversation I told them in the conversation we were having, I literally told them Donald Trump was a horrible president, but honestly, probably one of the greatest things that any president has ever done is make a diet soda button in the White House. That is an improvement for the White House that no other president has ever been able to match.
Hey, Hasan,
that's how much I love Diet Coke. Those were the words I used in the meeting that we were having. Anyway, I still have not looked into. You talk about Coke's death squads in Colombia? No, I did actually mention that though. I did briefly allude to it. I told them, despite the fact that Coca-Cola uses death squads, it is not a lie, and it is not hidden that I consume that shit. Like it's no, I think it was Diet Mountain Dew that I said was God's nectar. Do deals with more ethical companies like Nestle. Yeah, exactly. No, I told him that just the brands that I normally consume, and if they're like interested, it has to be one of those, because I don't want to like go out of my way and fucking lie about shit. Mountain Dew is so delicious. I'm not kidding. Like these things have greatly improved my lives. Do you understand? You just mentioned any chance with Coke. Why mentioning that? No, it's fine. I'm still. No, they should still sponsor me by giving me free Diet Coke, because I drink it despite the ethical concerns. You're valid, but you don't like Dr. Pepper, so yeah, Dr. Pepper is an American invention, and I don't understand why people consume it. I don't get it. It's like too busy for me. The tastes are too busy. By the way, none of this means I'm getting a fucking Coke sponsorship or some shit. It's just this is something that happens all the time behind the scenes. I know that people always joke about like me being a brand risk or whatever, but like no, the reason why I don't have sponsorships and endorsements on the stream is not because brands don't want to work with me. It's because I don't want to do that. I know that it's hard to believe, but I think a lot of brands overlook your I guess, brand unfriendly sentiment or your shortcomings when you have a sizable audience. No, it's literally it's straight to fuck up because of me. I am the one who doesn't want to work with most brands that approach, not the other way around.
Yo.
Anyway, used to be a Code Red junkie. Now I basically have no soda. Too sweet, I guess. I've been fucking around with Code Red. I have some Diet Code Red. It's not as good as the regular though. If we're keeping it 100, regular Diet Mountain Dew is just it's so good. It's the devil's drink. It's so fucking good.
Wow, I can't believe it's been 4 months.
Would you do a brand deal with the computer company so your GTA crashes less? Yeah, I should do some shit like that. We'll leak the podcast cover art yesterday, and it looks fucking sick, man. Podcast when? We are in the final stages of the podcast. No Raid Shadow Legends sponsor then? No, they've reached out multiple times. Raid Shadow Legends has reached out through different avenues numerous times since I started streaming. They're like OG. Like they were trying to sponsor. They were trying to give me a fucking sponsor deal before anyone else. But no, I haven't worked with them. I probably won't.
To eat Coke.
Anyway, the podcast is being worked on. We're in the final stages. We just got to shoot an intro, like a trailer teaser type thing, and then after that, we're gonna go balls to the fucking wall.
Holy crap! 8 months. I also wanted to
Hey,
share
HasanAbi, 4 months ago, me and this girl matched on Tinder. When she followed me on Insta, she saw that I followed you and started to take interest in me. Today we're dating and she's traveling 3 hours via train to stay with me for a week. Thanks, Hasan. Holy shit, that's awesome.
801 has scoot.
Did your podcast get backburnered after Obama and Springsteen announced theirs? That should pretty well have the lib audience locked up. Yeah.
Money, baby, eat.
I will have to pay for the podcast? No, of course not. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? I'm literally the most accessible motherfucker on the planet, and people still are like, oh, am I gonna have to pay for this? Like, no, dumbass. What do you have to pay for? You don't have to pay for shit. Like, I don't even fucking copyright this shit, so my clip channels are they can use it.
Wow,
like, and people still are like, dude, I don't understand. Like people fucking complain because they get to see 1 minute, like 60 seconds of ads at the top of every hour. Actually, most people don't even complain about that. Some people do, but I think they're just memeing for the most part. Like, nearly everything I do is at like the minimal amount of cost or burden placed upon you.
1 year hassle.
Although I do want to talk about, there is a new discourse happening. There's a new discourse happening around the internet about hiring personal chefs. He's a friend or fan of the show. What is it? No Cocoa Puffs or something? I think that, no, not Trisha. No. Hold on. Just someone link me that fucking tweet, because like people were tagging me in it and like getting mad at me as well.
4 months, Habibi. Thanks for making the pandemic.
Wait, do you guys not have personal chefs?
Also,
I do. It's called My Mommy. Okay, that's what it's called. Okay, so here it is. To all my streamer friends, I recently ended up getting a personal chef to cook meals for the week. Instead of spending easily $1,400 a month on fast food, I now spend about $800 to $1,000 a month on home cooked fresh food made in my own home. It was the best decision I've ever made. How the fuck were you spending $1,400 a month on food, says Joe. I wonder how much I spend on food a month. I have no fucking clue anymore, but normally I don't really watch RP, but yesterday's car chase was insane. Everyone was busting their ass laughing. Yeah. $1,000 a month for I don't know how much I spend on food, because again,
enjoy the content.
I mean, I am at a level of comfort in my personal finances that I no longer have to do budgeting every fucking in the last like 10 days of every month to try to make sure that I am not overdrafting on my bank account, which is not a fucking Hasmods moment, you sick fucks. I'm being honest, but you're probably way hard. Don't y'all get like family meals sometimes? No, I don't. I have no idea how much I spend on food, but I mean, it's always shit that we buy at the grocery store. It's not like I'm fucking doing. I wonder how much it would cost. What is it like? Okay, so $1,400 a month, right? If you're spending $1,400 a month on food, I'm gonna get started with this discourse right now. Actually, fuck it. Hold on, I'll just tweet that I'm live too. Personal news wise, I don't really have anything else going on. That's it. I just fucking woke up. I went back to sleep. I did a business deal, and then after that, after my business deal, I'm here. I'm
4 months and I need more EE.
There's some fun shit with merchandise too, potentially. Okay, daycare is open. We are
Anyways, I
talking
bought a whole bunch of shungite rocks. Do you know what
personal
shungite
chef
is? Anybody know what shungite
discourse.
is? No, not Suge Knight. I think he's locked up in prison. Him talking shungite. Anyways, it's a 2 billion year old
And the latest LGBT info that dropped. Get in now. You know what I noticed? Like half the shit I tweet that we're gonna be talking about, I never end up talking about. Like I never end up getting into.
Valheim gaming with your Norse accent, please.
Also, I have finally fixed my Go XLR like voice modulators, so I can do like I can quickly change. $46 a day if you're ordering enough food per day using Uber Eats or something. I can actually see getting up to $35+ per day with delivery charges. Yeah, that's not that crazy. Never mind. If you're ordering food every day, that makes sense. I read the tweet this morning and a lot of comments. Guys should have just not posted it. Yeah. The thing is, $50 a day on food, privilege.
Everyone in the DMV area. There's a protest for Xavier Hill in Fredericksburg at 4 today. Please
people spend a bunch a month on personal trainers, the same deal. Yeah, your food is really important. People spend that kind of money on personal trainers. Not everyone has the time to be able to do that. Not everyone has the money to be able to do that. If you had the money though, it's a wise investment, I would say. So good for him overall.
2 years people happy.
As far as the people that were like tagging me and getting mad at me for some fucking reason and saying like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I don't know why people were tagging me under this photo or under this tweet. Maybe it's because like there's a bunch of leftists that are upset at it. But
happy to have found you a year ago.
I work like I stream
and acquiring of Coke
around 12 to 13 hours a day, and some people were like, dude, you stream 13 hours a day, like you still have time to cook then. And it's like, I don't know why you're dragging me into this conversation. I wasn't even a part of the fucking conversation. But the difference between streaming and like other forms of 12-hour work days is that streaming, of course, has its significant benefits. It's awesome. I love it. I'm the most fortunate person on the planet to be able to do what I do. And to have such an awesome fucking community that it doesn't feel terrible. I do cook my own food. I used to cook my own food before my mom started living with me for the duration of COVID. And it's super fucking it's impossible to cook your own food while you're live 12 hours. Like you have to take a break, you have to shut it down, you have to shut down the stream, take a break, and then come back to it. Do you see what I'm saying? Would you work with one of your followers and endorse a special plant-based oat milk energy drink? Maybe. Probably not though. Wait, who the fuck cares? As long as the chef is being paid and treated well, LMAO, it's a good job. Yeah, I don't know why people are. I think people are just mad because they see someone spending so much money on food and they're like, how the fuck do you do that? And I have no idea how much money I spend on food, so I can't say anything. Who tweeted about the chef? Nokoko Puffs. He's a pro Apex player who's partnered on Twitch. He's in here all the time. I've seen his name before in the chat. Wait until chat finds out how much I spend on clothes. It's a dream job for a lot of chefs in the catering industry.
Just want to say thank you for being my fav streamer ever, and I'm happy to be here for 2 months. 3.
Assuming 8 hours of sleep, streaming for 14 hours will leave 2 hours of non-work sleep time. That's not a lot, especially if you're going to work out and take some time for non-work. I would have had that same reaction when I was in college. I had about $100 to spend on food back then. Yeah, I think that's where it comes from. That people that get upset at this in a lot of instances. I mean, in a lot of instances, I think people that get upset stuff like this don't recognize streamers as like as brands. You know what I mean? This is basically the fucking this is basically like a corporation. You understand? It's basically like a business who has decided to change their business expenses. Do you see what I mean? Like a small company.
Meow chat, I love you 3.
Lol, no dude, you are covering your own guilt. I don't understand. Like, what guilt should I feel here? First of all, even from the unrealistic point of view that like I should just not eat or something, or I should just cook my own food, which I do for the most part. Even if you have this assumption that like if you are a streamer, you literally have to fucking cook your own food or else you should feel guilty about it. Like, I already do that, dumbass. So what the fuck do you want from me? Like, it's such a stupid fucking take because I even reached the unrealistic, idiotic bar that you have set.
30 months
but on top of that, I'm still recognizing that it's like a stupid fucking bar to set. Eating well is a microaggression. It's shocking because a lot of us are in an entirely different income bracket, so it's unimaginable, but a good portion of that money is going towards the labor of the chef, so it's understandable. A little weird because it's not normal, but understandable. Yeah, I mean, people spend money on like really fucking idiotic shit. I think this is not one of them. I'm gonna be honest with you.
3.
I'm gonna keep it a $1.50. At least my man is eating healthy, you know what I mean? How many meals you cook in a week? Every day. Every meal I eat. Every meal I eat is cooked by my personal chef.
Just remember that
who is also my mom.
You are not alone. You are poggers. You are important. You are you. Spread.
I think it's hard for people to think about streamers as workers instead of their friends who stream themselves playing games because of the parasocial side of things, which is why I think these types of controversies occur. Why don't you spend your money on a useful Lambo instead of food to be cooked for you? Yeah. But I high-key recommend that. You used to cook every day, turning reacts. Yeah, exactly. What I used to do before my mom started living with me for COVID, during COVID, was I would literally have react content on screen that I had on my phone. You know what I mean? Open at the same exact time, and I would run back and forth between the kitchen and
Hasan,
the video.
6 months from Miami Hassle.
And that's what I used to do. Like I would I would, you know, I would try to minimize the amount of time. I would try to minimize the amount of time that I spend away from the computer, but still like cooking at the same time, like cooking my own food at the same time. It's the best thing you can do. Some people don't have problems with their diet. Your diet is the most important fucking thing, okay? Straight up. Your diet is as important, if not more important, than your training regimen. If you are looking to, you know, lose weight, or if you're looking to gain weight, whatever, your diet is 80% of that. And most people don't recognize it. So if you think that I'm gonna shit on someone who's like, I'm eating healthier now, and you know, I spend this amount of money, I get why people are surprised by it because it's a lot of money. Getting a physical from an actual doctor is the most important, not diet. Okay, my guy, I'm talking about consistently.
I'm back, boys.
Says you eat 12 hours a day? No, I don't. Yeah, you can't outwork a bad diet. You just can't.
Hello, Arjan and chat. I love you, Peepo kiss.
Don't you get tired of eating the same flavors every day? I usually used to get tired of eating the same thing after a month or so. No.
Hassle.
It takes me a while to get tired of the food. I eat. Everyone on LSF thinks you eat all stream. I know. It's because like
8 months
for
of
an
condemning
entire
the same
year.
final
Whenever
notice me
people on
simply I was
LSF or whenever
advised keep up
React
with the great
Randalls
content
join the
Has.
stream, that's when I was eating. Personal chefs are not that weird, to be honest. Have you heard that some people don't even like music? Okay, shut up. Can you start paying your viewers? Maybe work towards some sort of cooperative?
Hassle.
What?
"13 months unlucky number, hope it's not the last."
If I were cooking for just myself, I'd eat the same thing every day, but my wife wants a variety. No, I don't need variety. I actually don't. Variety is harder for me because I can't. Variety in food is harder for me because it makes it so much harder to figure out what my diet is. You know, if he's paying $800 a month on groceries and $801K for someone to cook meals for him every week, using a meal prep service seems way more effective. Yeah, but I don't know. But I feel like meal prep shit is like not good. You know what I mean? Like, does it taste good? I've never used it, but it always strikes me as like airplane food, you know?
4 months, let's go.
Variety costs more, and yes, it's harder to track the calories. What does your diet look like? Most people in the... There's 17,000 people in this chat right now, and they could literally tell you every single thing I eat.
For someone to cook meals for him,
they could tell you what I eat every day.
Seems way more effective.
3 cups of coffee in the morning. Then I switch it over to Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. Usually 1 or 2 Diet Mountain Dews. And then when it's eating food time, like actually when I start eating food, it's 1.2 pounds of chicken.
Going to pay for
it's
someone
1.2 pounds of chicken. Wait, 3 cups is holy shit. Wait, you guys think that's a lot? $1.2 pounds of straight white chicken breast that's marinated, cooked with 3 pita wraps, depending on how many calories they are. Sometimes it's 2 pita wraps depending on the brand, because some of them are like 100 calories per wrap. Some of them are more than that. I try to hit that like 200. I try to stay under like 200 to 300 calories on the wrap department. And a salad on the side. And then after I'm done streaming, or sometimes when I'm streaming, I will have 1 ice cream sandwich. Not gonna lie, I do miss seeing you eat since you don't have face cam at the time.
7 months.
Kind of weird,
Here's
really.
proof that some people in chat are the same age as you, Hassie.
When you have time to poop, I poop in the morning. Every morning. When I wake up. It's great. Like a machine. Yeah. Like I said, my answer to this is imagine paying $1,400 a month or $800 to $1,000 a month on home cooked fresh food when you can have your mommy cook your tendies for you. LOL.
Poopy.
You know? Carb balance, whole wheat wraps, yeah.
I usually have 6 cups of coffee a day. My chest hurts, but my mind is clear.
How do you prepare before or after coffee? Sometimes before, but usually after.
Love hearts.
Do you pay your mom to cook for you? Do you not see the exploitative relationship here? Or is only socialism for thee, not for me? Yes, that's what it is. Yes, I exploit my my mommy and also my brother. My brother is a aerospace and mechanical engineer. He literally builds satellites. Okay? And I make him, you know, put together my furniture and shit for free. Okay? Can you just imagine? Like, I make him put furniture together for free. This motherfucker is literally an engineer that builds satellites. The exploitation of labor. Oof, so good.
You're a chicken tendy socialist.
Yeah. What about people with a history of eating disorders / disordered eating who have a lot of trouble dieting? I don't think diet should be the main form of self-fulfillment for them. Self-fulfillment? I don't think it's self-fulfillment. I think a healthy diet is an absolute necessity. And if you have an eating disorder, you literally do not have a healthy diet. Everyone has a different way. Everyone has a different method. This is just one that works for me. I qualify it all the time, by the way. I have tried so many different diets throughout my life, and this is the one that happens to work for me. So that's a reach. You were saying diet is most important in terms of health. Diet is most important in terms of maintaining your like
2 months,
goals. If you want a certain percentage of body fat or not. Yeah, that's true. It literally is. By the way, diet doesn't mean, guys, diet doesn't mean trying to lose weight or drinking diet soda. Diet just means what you're eating, what you put in your body to energize yourself. Are we really, do I need to describe to you what words mean? Like words, what are they? What do they mean? Is that what we're doing now? No matter what, your diet is the most important. Yes. Diet doesn't mean like fucking Atkins diet, or diet doesn't mean starving yourself or like diet. You could, when I'm talking about a diet, depending on what your goals are, you could literally be eating more than what your body needs in order to gain weight.
You won't.
Diet just means you eating habits. Your eating habits. It's the old saying, you can't outrun your mouth. It's a specific trying to get an aesthetic body fat percentage. Eating good food makes me happy, not momentarily joy. It just helps with fulfillment.
I've lost 40 pounds maintaining a caloric deficit. Watch your calories, everyone.
Yeah, you are on a diet. You have a diet, whether you recognize that you are dieting or not. It's only $46 a day. $46 a day on fast food is a very luxurious life. I didn't say it's only $46 a day. I'm trying to understand how much he was spending per day. I can totally see charges being racked up to that degree, though. Especially if you live in a place like Los Angeles and deliver food. Like, order food delivery. Fast food equals luxury, LMFAO. I mean, $46 on fast food is, he's probably not eating McDonald's, you know what I mean? He's probably not eating like Taco Bell and McDonald's. He's probably eating like, love
you. Have a good day.
I don't know.
It's just,
he's probably eating like one level above. Also depends on how many. Jump in the chat with Noko. He'd love to chat about this topic. He's probably no, I don't want to talk about it any further because then everyone in my audience is gonna fucking start yelling and shit. One DoorDash order is $35, so it's not that outlandish if he really doesn't care about his food budget and just constantly orders out. Yeah. It's like $15 to get McDonald's meals delivered here through the apps because of the service fees and tips, so I get it. Yeah. Yeah, like if you are delivering fast food, if you're ordering a delivery, then it's $15 a meal 3 times a day, $16 a meal 3 times a day. Then getting upset at that is you know, ridiculous, like it's some fucking insane luxury. The luxury is the amount of money that they're spending.
3 months, Pog.
But like acting like he's ordering fucking caviar is ridiculous. Food delivery apps are expensive. I wish that they would distribute the money that you make off of food delivery apps back over to the people who are delivering food. There was a story the other day that I saw about a dude doing DoorDash.
Thanks for all the hard work you put in, brother.
There was a story about a dude doing DoorDash. He was in fucking tears. I don't know if I can find the video. Talking about how he had to wait 45 minutes and spend like $4 or something on parking because there was no free parking, and the dude didn't want to come downstairs and outside. And because of that, like he makes $3 from a delivery that spends that takes 45 minutes of his time, and he's spending $4 on that delivery, so he's like losing money. You get paid $4 for a delivery, sometimes even 50 miles away, it's garbage. Yeah, no, I fucking... There's a couple things that I've changed in my life, because I used to get really fucking annoyed when I didn't have financial security. Like, I crank out tips aggressively, unfortunately, because that's how most people survive. Like, I wish it was higher wages and a European style where there's no there's no tipping culture, but instead everyone is like actually getting paid adequately, so you don't rely on the volatility. And the other thing is I max out every parking meter I'm on ever. I used to hate eating out when I didn't have money. Oh yeah. Oh, it's fucking worse. Well, now I have money to eat out, but I never eat out because I don't have time to eat out.
Took some time off to take care of college and my girlfriend. Glad to be back. Hassle, hassle, hassle, hassle, hassle.
I was in Vegas and didn't tip my taxi driver. I lost my wallet in the same taxi. I spend about $300 a month on food order from a meal prepping service. 20 meals per package. I choose what my meals are based on my protein carb. It's perfect. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about guy spends $800 to $1,000 on food and has higher expenses from living in LA. Imagine if he was getting $2,000 a month. What would also then mean for people who make less than him and how it would improve their lives. It shouldn't reflect poorly on this dude. It should reflect poorly on how much the people in the United States have to spend on food, even if they use all their best strats and tricks to lower costs.
I convinced my friends that you're the hottest political commentator. Happy 2 months.
What? Explain the parking meter thing? Oh, I always max out parking meters, assuming that, like, you know, someone else, because it gives me so much joy when I park in a parking meter that's already paid for. So I just assume that maybe other people will, you know, have a better day. I mean, don't do it because it's like going directly into the fucking city's budget, and, you know, fuck those guys. But is a non-car, however, how much is that? It's not that much. It's like $1, $2. Well, it's also because I don't fucking drive that much. I drive very rarely, so it's not that big of a deal.
Hungry.
Is the cost of food really that high? Switching from food delivery every day to cooking at home reduced the cost by $400 a month? Yes. Did you see the video of the DoorDash delivery man who said confronted people who lied and said he never delivered the food so they could get their free shit? Wait, really? No, I never did. I never saw that.
Yeah.
It also depends on what area you are in LA for the parking meter. Yeah, it's different everywhere else. I thought you had a garage now. No, I don't, because my brother, I got a place with a garage specifically so I could, so Marat could have a place to work on his car. So no, I don't have a garage. The state of my garage is devastating. It's destructive. Like you walk in there and it's like a fucking crater. This dude literally has like, I mean, he has like insane tools back there. So I do not have a garage. I do not functionally have a garage at all. Okay.
What's your preferred protein powder?
What's the car depreciation? When's the last time you ate good Mexican food? Last family day I had last Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that. We ordered from a restaurant, and it's not really it wasn't like authentic Mexican, or maybe it was authentic Mexican. There was a little fusion in it because they were doing like filet mignon burritos and shit too.
Your Discord regs are
it was so fucking good though. It was so fucking good. I forget what the restaurant is called, but I can give you guys what it is.
Thank you for a great 5 months. My views have changed way.
It was like $18 fucking dollars a burrito, but my god, it was so fucking delicious. Yeah, no, it was expensive as shit.
Hey brother, keep up the good work. I love watching you discuss US politics.
All right, let's watch this. I was gonna show you guys the delivery driver to help you get a better understanding of what it's like to fucking drive for one of these apps.
Who order Uber Eats or DoorDash understood what it's like to be a driver. Like, I just spent 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, it is Sonoritas Prime Tacos. Holy shit. I think it is that. This motherfucker clapped it so quick. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go back to this in a second. Hold on. Is it that? Yeah. Oh my god, you figured it out immediately. How the fuck did you figure it out immediately? It's so good. Dude, I'm telling you, it's nuts. It's so fucking expensive though. It is insane. It is like, dude, the burritos are like $18 a burrito. You know what I mean? They're doing like filet mignon burrito and it's like $18, but oh, I'll tell you why it's so fucking good. Okay, before we move on, before we move to this story. So I wish they had fucking photos of it. Okay, you want to know what they fucking do? Okay, it's incredibly expensive, but it's so fucking good. Here's what they do. Oh my god, my mouth is watering while I'm talking. I love food so much. First of all, they put mayo in it. Okay, so it's not like authentic Mexican at all. And I am a authentic Mexican snob, usually. But I also have no problems with Tex-Mex or Americanized Mexican food. I've talked about it before. I've defended Taco Bell. It's like one of the few instances of like fusion that I absolutely defend unconditionally. I think they put like some sort of mayo in it or something. I'm not entirely certain, but fuck. No, the reason why it's so good. So what is the biggest problem with burritos? Think about it. What's the biggest problem with burritos? It is distribution of contents, right? The biggest problem with burritos, aside from like the structural integrity, because it fucking falls apart, is the distribution of the contents of the burrito. Because you bite into a big burrito and like half of the burrito is like all rice. The other half of the burrito is all meat, and you're trying to get all of it in the same time in your mouth, right? You're trying to have all of the delicious tastes in your mouth at the same time, swirl around in your mouth on a journey, right? Because otherwise you're just eating like two different fucking burritos. One is just a rice only burrito, or one is a fucking meat only burrito, and neither are good. So what they've done, oh my God, my mouth is watering, literally watering when I'm talking about this. So what they've done, someone said bad take to that. You're fucking so wrong. This is my best take on the planet. What they did with the cheese distribution especially is, I think they melt the cheese, okay, as an outer shell basically on the flour tortilla. So they get a flour tortilla and they melt the cheese onto the entire inner, but like the most outermost shell inside, okay, the tortilla. So it's like a fucking gourmet quesarito or something. You know what I mean? I think Taco Bell does some shit like that. So it's not a hardened outer shell though. I don't know how the fuck they do that. I do not know how they do it. Okay? I do not know how the burrito isn't like crispy. The burrito tortilla isn't like crispy because it just has a nice layer of cheese.
Trust me, I lived there.
Okay, a nice layer of cheese
San Diego, Los Angeles
around the entire burrito shell. So it's like burrito contents, cheese shell, and then a tortilla, and it's so fucking good. It's a perfect distribution of cheese throughout the entire fucking burrito. Okay, and that, my friends,
what did I just walk into?
That pays back in dividends. You know what I mean? That is the journey that your mouth is going on. Your mouth is going on a fucking journey when that happens. Yes, the high-end restaurant clearly using microwaves? No. Do you mean they melt the cheese on the griddle and they flip the burrito around it? I don't know how they do it, but... No. The cheese is on the inside. No. Guys. The cheese is on the inside. Okay.
Hasboggies.
What? No. The cheese is on the inside and it's melted, and for some reason, it's the outer flour tortilla is not compromised at all. No. It's the outermost inner shell before you reach the Wait, I'm sure there's a photo in their gallery. Let's take a look. Fuck, this shit looks so dank. Holy shit. Oh no, they only have the tacos. They don't show the burritos. You add the bacon? No. We used to make those for ourselves when we worked at Chipotle.
I still remember the first time I donated to Hasan. He answered a question that I asked, and boy did that set the wrong expectation on a wall.
Oh, they show how they make it? The fucking meat is insane, dude. Is it double wrapped? No, it's not double wrapped. It's not double wrapped. By the way, it's literally top of the hour every hour. So since I'm like giving a fucking impromptu free hashtag ad to these motherfuckers here, on top of that, I will give a free hashtag ad to the actual corporate overlords, Amazon, my contractual obligation. I'm wearing my fucking top of the fucking hour. Actually, you know what? I'm wearing my fucking top of the hour every hour 60-second ad break shirt right now, actually, as a matter of fact. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, it's top of the fucking hour. Here's a 60-second ad break. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with your Twitch Prime. Here's the fucking ad now.
Hold on.
While the other ad is going on. Is it food snot? Yeah, this is their surf and turf one. Oh! Oh my god! They did it! This is how they do it! Oh, they showed it! There it is. There it is. I was right. I'm excited because I was right. The Pancheros chain here does the same thing. Dude, it is such a cheat code. Like, it's like a tiny thing that you can do that pays off so well in your mouth. I used to work in a kitchen with a dude from Mexico, and that's how he taught me to make burritos and chimichangas.
Hasan, please take me out to dinner at this place for 12 months of subs. Thankies.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, dude, look at that shit, dude. It's fucking... How'd that fix the distribution? God damn, it's making me so fucking hungry and a little horny. Dude, me too. Anyway. I ordered a burrito in England once. It came in a pita. Really? They really know how to fuck up food? Oh, yeah, dude. There's basically zero place you can get burritos in my country. Listen, man, I grew up in fucking Turkey, all right? I know exactly what that's like. I mean, the Turks in the chat are going to say, oh, no, bro, we have Turkish Mexican food now. But, like, it is so shit. If you think, like, Mexican food, the further you move away from, like, our southern border, it gets more dog shit, then try fucking living in Turkey, okay? There is no, like, it's just so bad. It's so fucking bad, dude. It's so disastrously bad. And every restaurant in Turkey serves like a fajita option, and that's pretty much it. Okay? Every like fancy restaurant, every Americanized restaurant always has a fajita option. And even then it's not that good. No rice in the serve and turf burrito? No, they have rice. Jezene Burak can make a good burrito? Yeah, no way. I mean, we have our own incredible form of the burrito, which is a shawarma or doner. I think that bread is perhaps the most important component, one of the most important components that's often overlooked in a sandwich. And I think distribution is another problem with most sandwiches and wraps and things like that. Distribution is key, and most people just overlook it and they just like slap it around. They just fucking throw shit in there and think like, oh, well, we got quality ingredients. Okay, well, if you have quality ingredients, but you're not distributing it appropriately, then one, the structural integrity of your sandwich is compromised, and therefore you're gonna have a horrible day. Okay? And two, like, marginal differences lead to drastically positive outcomes if you just figure out the architecture of the sandwich or the wrap. There is Lebanese Mexican fusion restaurant in Chicago. They have dope halloumi taco.
Dang.
The biggest example of shit distribution is Jimmy John's. The meat is all in the crack by the fold, and all the lettuce and onion spills out on the other end. Brother, Jimmy John's has spent all their money on telepathy to understand what your order is going to be before you even decide to eat at Jimmy John's, so they can deliver whatever the fuck they're delivering to you that's legally supposed to be at least edible and not kill you in 5 minutes. Okay? That's what Jimmy John's is. So if you're looking for speed because you're about to die, you just got back from the desert and you're literally about to die. If you don't eat food in the next 5 minutes, order Jimmy John's. Any other instance or any other circumstance where you need actual fucking food, don't order Jimmy John's. It's not even fast though. I don't know. The only time I've ever had Jimmy John's on college campus, so but their entire focus as a business is like, we're faster at delivering than anyone else.
Arena, I would cast Dota at in Kiev that would just give you an extra pizza after midnight without asking.
Jimmy John's literally trains the staff to make sandwiches in under 60 seconds. Yeah.
Itadakimasu.
Bro, if you get shot, just call Jimmy John instead of an ambulance. Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, as far as like they're corporate as fuck.
How does the cheese fix
But you know what?
distribution?
Fucking all right. We're gonna watch this now. But it's corporate as fuck. But you know what? It actually does like decent subs. Jersey Mike's. Like one thing that the West Coast has never even tried to accomplish is a decent submarine sandwich. Okay, a sub, a hero, a hoagie, whatever you want to call it. In the tri-state, it's abundant. You go to any fucking deli in the tri-state, and you will be able to get like a pig special or some shit where you know you got the gabagool, you got all the fucking appropriate porkies, and you know they give you that fat fucking sandwich that as a Turkish person when I first encountered, I was like, this is. Americans are insane.
Hey guys,
Wegmans subs. Wegmans is great.
One more time, I'm a snap.
So, you can get that literally at every fucking Italian deli. Okay, every like family-owned Italian deli is going to give you, at the very least, at the bare minimum, an 8.5 out of 10 Italian sub. Literally across the board. I don't know why. I don't know what's in the fucking air. I don't know what the deal is. But everywhere you go in the tri-state area, you fucking walk into an Italian deli, okay, family owned, it's going to be an 8.5 out of 10, no matter what. That is the starting point, okay? So, and that number is reduced when you think about like franchises, like, you know, Wawa is pretty good, Wegmans is really, really fucking good. But franchises like that are tri-state, franchises that are like in the tri-state, they will still offer you decent subs. Not Subway, of course. I'm not even talking about Subway. But Subway is disgusting and should be abolished in its entirety. I think it should be illegal. If I was God King of the world, I would make it illegal for Subway to exist. I've always hated it. Anyway, so, but for some reason, you never have that in Los Angeles. Like, you just cannot get a good sub.
May not interact.
They figured out a way to like make at least decent bagels, like halfway decent bagels. It's still not the same.
Of course, that is in huge part due to it.
But you cannot get a good sub. But Jersey Mike's will like, if you're really, really, really fucking horny for a good sub, then Jersey Mike's is decent.
I wish that people who order Uber Eats or DoorDash understood what it's like to be a driver. Like, I just spent 45 minutes on a delivery and had to pay $3 to bring this person their food because there was no parking, no free parking anywhere near their building, and they refused to come out and meet me. They tipped me $1.50 and Uber paid me $2.50. Like, I got approved 3 times the rent for income in 2 weeks, and I can't. And it doesn't matter that I'm working multiple jobs. It doesn't matter that I barely sleep and can barely afford to feed myself. I'm about to be homeless for the 3rd time since May. And it's all because people don't tip their delivery drivers. Like, how hard is it to throw us $5? I wish that
So, part of the problem is it's the company itself. But this is a 55-second summarization of how capitalism works from top to bottom. And I'm going to describe to you why. First of all, it's not about fucking tips. It's about a distribution of profit that the corporation is not allowing you to get. Now, the corporation is not allowing you to get that because partially you are upset that the guy is not tipping you, right? You are upset that the guy is not tipping you. And you can't keep your eye on the prize or the real problem within profit distribution. Now, the other issue is you have no power to change the dynamic and ask or demand for a larger share of the profit distribution for each individual worker because of the actions that Postmates, Uber, and all these other gigantic disruptors in the tech space engage in. Prop 22 in the battle around it in California was a great example of this, right? So the other problem here, though, is that he's living in this level of poverty because the system is designed to keep him in this level of poverty. Okay? Can't get health care. It's super fucking expensive. You're already in a lifetime of debt if you went to college. That's super fucking expensive. You have to take out loans. You have to pay those off, or else the interest on it alone is, life changing, life destroying. He is destined to a lifetime of wage slavery. A lot of you are, right? And that is because the system is designed to churn these results out. Now, why? Why is the system designed to do this? Well, because people want to be able to get fucking food for $5. That's it. And if you want $5 fast food directly delivered to you super quickly,
Pogo.
then someone's going to have to be the fucking wage slave. That's the reality. What is this? Modern day slavery? Even Uber knows about this? It's disgusting. Whatever, we're committed to tackling the issue of modern day slavery and human trafficking in our business. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, they're talking about, oh my God. Oh, they're talking about no, they're not talking about wage slavery or wage slavery based on capitalism. They're talking about if someone is being beaten up and abused and trafficked specifically into the United States so they can operate as a slave for another person and share their earnings off of Uber. Human trafficking, yeah. Not every job is made for everyone, though. This guy should either lower his cost of life or find a better job. Yeah, I don't understand why the guy who just said he's working 3 jobs hasn't been able to find a better job. You're right. Totally. I just don't understand. Just find a better job. Hey, did you not see the Indeed commercial? Why don't you go on Indeed right now and just move your, move that fucking bar all the way over to $68,000 instead of the $25,000 that you're currently making. It's so stupid. I don't understand. The Bootstrap Factory is literally hiring right now. You can pick yourself up by your bootstraps at the Bootstrap Factory. If he had a degree and got higher education, he wouldn't be in this situation. What an absolute idiot. Yeah, no, I don't understand why he couldn't take on... First of all, you don't even know that he doesn't have a higher degree. There's plenty of fucking people with college educations that are doing DoorDash and shit like that. And secondly, yeah, why doesn't he do that in the United States of America where higher education is, $100,000 minimum? I don't understand why he wouldn't do that. Just find $100,000 stashed around somewhere so you can get a higher education, you dumbass, right? Why doesn't his management position at his dad's yeah, exactly. I don't get it. Why doesn't your yeah. Wow, this guy's still going. He says just get a scholarship, lol. Oh shit. I didn't recognize that colleges were just offering scholarships to everyone, especially if you're in already a shitty situation, in which case it's going to be harder for you because you're probably working while you're also going to high school. You're probably going to an impoverished high school regardless. Therefore, you don't have the access to the same kind of amenities that wealthier neighborhoods have in terms of guidance and counseling and shit like that. So you're probably not even going to be able to get the scholarships because that takes time on top of that. But hey, why don't you just get a fucking scholarship, lol, so you can go to a college for free? They're just handing it out for free. Why don't you just instead, if that's your take, if that's your actual take, why don't you expand on that further? Because the moment you say just get a scholarship, lol, you recognize that colleges are impossibly expensive. So when you recognize that, why don't you say, well, how about we do something different? How about we do something that other countries have been offering? Okay, free or nearly free higher education. Why don't we just do that? But no, that's fucking communism, so we can't do that. But you do recognize that it's very expensive to go to college. So what the fuck is wrong with your brain? Because, like, that guy is not poor because he's not working hard. That guy's working harder than most fucking people. Okay? He's poor because the budget shortfall is built into his existence. That's why he's poor. Because it is very expensive to be poor. It's very fucking expensive to be poor. Anyway, I once served a gigantic group of Danish men. They harassed me all night, got drunk as shit, and ended up tipping 10 cents. This type of shit happened to me all the time when I used to work gastro. I think there's still some amount of tipping that is appropriate for genuinely good service, especially when you require a lot of attention from the worker.
Be born rich next time, guy.
Anyway. Couldn't it be argued that this is a poor implementation of capitalism rather than a fundamental issue with capitalism itself? I mean, raise the minimum wage and remove the tipping system and fix the gig BS that Uber implemented? Why? Why is that all of a sudden magically not what Uber is doing is capitalism? Why is that all of a sudden magically not what real capitalism is? That's the thing I don't understand. Capitalism requires an underclass. You have to have a fucking underclass. Someone has to be doing the shit work. Someone has to be cleaning the toilets. And the way to ensure that there is a person always cleaning the fucking toilets, and most people will be honest with you when you ask them this question, is capitalists love dunking on socialists and whatnot when push comes to shove and the conversation revolves around like who's going to do the unfulfilling work. Okay. The way to ensure that there's a permanent underclass is by keeping them in a lifetime of poverty.
PP 4 months pog. "4 months, big boy, let's go."
I don't think people realize how much ageism in particular defines their socioeconomic status early. Yeah. Okay, he's definitely working hard, but I don't know if he's working smart. My parents came from Nigeria and had to learn English on their own and getting an education while working too. My dad was a maintenance worker in our apartment just so we could afford the place we live at. My parents never made a TikTok to complain. All right, brother. First and foremost, what you are exhibiting currently, if I was talking to your dad and he had this kind of fucking take, would be survivor's bias. Okay? Like, just because your dad was lucky enough to be able to get a fucking well enough paying job, and by the way, I'm not undermining your dad's experience at all. He worked fucking hard. But like, just because that happened to your dad doesn't mean it's happening to this guy right now. It's a very stupid fucking take. It's also one that those who get away with underpaying want you to have. They want you and your fucking, they want you to compare yourself to this other guy that has literally the same exact interests as you do, to fight amongst yourselves. Okay? This dude literally trolls Hearthstone streamers, so I wouldn't bother with his shit. Who, this guy? You're saying this guy was unlucky, haha. There's always a way to solve your issue unless you're legitimately mentally handicapped. This is insane. Okay, I think I'm gonna ban you now. I was you were giving like good content before, but yeah, I think that's. I was broke as hell when I was a kid. It's not impossible to get out of bad situations. I got a scholarship to UCLA. Don't tell me it's impossible to get out of situations where you can go homeless. It's impossible to get out of this situation where you just got banned permanently and none of the moderators are going to unban you. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Hardest working to get a fucking permanent ban by saying, oh, unless you're mentally handicapped. How about if he is mentally handicapped? How about that? Let's talk about that for a second. How about if he's fucking disabled? Does he deserve to fucking die then? Like, literally just think through the statements that you have. Okay? Let's say he is disabled. Then should he fucking die, dumbass? What kind of stupid fucking take is that? What are you, a Nazi? A fucking psychotic eugenicist? By the way, the people that most often make that weird eugenics argument are those who would probably be eviscerated in a fascist dystopia. You understand? Like, you're not surviving, moron. You're getting killed also for being a fucking moron. So shut the fuck up. Fucking social Darwinists thinking that they're going to be... It's like it's the same libertarian mentality.
I have become sentient.
It's the same libertarian mentality that like so many idiots on Reddit have where they're like, we want to live in Ancapistan. It's like, dude, you're not going to be the factory owner, okay? You are going to be the bitch. You are going to be the slave in Ancapistan. You're not going to own a factory. You're going to get fucked. Especially because you're getting fucked currently and you don't even recognize that you're getting fucked. And you're literally advocating for a system that fucks you even harder. You are definitely going to be the slave, okay? I'm sorry. That's just a fact. You're 100%, without a doubt, going to be the slave. You're going to be, you're currently advocating to be in a worse position. Online eugenicists and social Darwinists are almost always physically repulsive. It's ironic.
Thanks for opening my mind on a lot of topics over the past year. Appreciate your work, brother.
Just whenever you advocate for Ancapistan, remember that a fucking idiotic himbo like myself can be successful under capitalism, okay? So if you're coming in here and saying Ancapistan, remember that like you are going to be enslaved by me. Okay? I am going to enslave you. And your dad and your mom in Ancapistan. Do you want that? No? Then shut the fuck up and advocate for better workplace conditions. Dumbass. I had to suffer so everyone else has to. It's the same kind of idea. I didn't have the polio vaccine as a kid, so no one should get one. I know, it's really stupid. Okay, guys, stop saying you would be my bitch and be my slave and gotchi and poggers, okay? I can't put together a fucking counter argument if you guys are like willingly trying to be sex slaves.
5 months. Poggers.
In the UK, they just made it illegal for Uber not to pay minimum wage. Yeah, good. Slavery? You mean like Nintendo UIs? Exactly. Slavery, like, you know, fucking having to click A and B when you're canceling stuff. My brother is convinced if he really had to, he could live out of his car and save up money at a minimum wage job. That's how committed he is to capitalism. Is so stupid. Especially because, like, you shouldn't have to, okay? Like, that's not... Like, even if you could survive that way, like, Isn't the entire purpose of living under a tyrannical, oppressive government that's like taking away some of your rights and liberties and freedoms and whatnot and protecting others so that they give you a like bare minimum base level of material equality that you wouldn't be able to scrounge up for yourself in the wild? That's the whole purpose. So why the fuck are we, you know, why the fuck do we exist in these societal developments? If, you know, why do we cohabitate? There's no reason. You know, you could do it all on your own. Just grind, bro. What the fuck? Go live in the mountains. Like, it's so stupid. Oh, there's a new Boo Boo Bennett? Nice. Ooh, okay, let's watch this Bernie Sanders. Thank you, Tamasius. Tamasius is saving the fucking stream over here.
Thank you for teaching me so much, Hasan. Me mother just dumped her right-wing chud boyfriend and kicked him out after all of us absolutely decimated his racist and transphobic comments. I learned how to stick up to people like this from you. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nice. Hog. This is what you were talking about yesterday with the Rolly Boys? Elite Karachi Rollerblade Task Force Expectation versus Reality?
Hi, Hasan.
Okay, where's the reality? I want to see. So this is the expectation. We already talked about this yesterday. Yep.
Our first guest tonight cares more about the American people than most of us care about ourselves. He is the new chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Please welcome Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont. Hello, Senator.
What a nice... Wait, first of all, can I just say that, like, Bernie's looking kind of hot. Okay? Am I crazy? He's looking kind of hot. Amazon running anti-union ads, please, Hasan. Wow, shocked to find out.
Birmingham team.
Hold on, we'll look at this first. Amazon is running glossy anti-union ads to combat the organizing drive by workers at the Bessemer, Alabama warehouse. An Alabama resident said this spot is one of several Amazon is now running on Twitch. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Amazon, how are you doing this? Okay, so we will watch this, and then I haven't talked about the Alabama warehouse initiative so far, which I should be doing, which I will be doing today.
Have a great leadership. We really don't need anyone coming in and telling us what they want to give us, because basically we have everything we need here. Always wanted to work for Amazon. This is the only place I've seen that have benefits from day one. There's no waiting period. You got chances to advance.
Vote no for the union?
I will vote no.
It's not needed.
Vote no, we can do it without the dues.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hostage situation? No. No, it's not a fucking hostage situation. That's a situation in which, you know, that's a fucking scab, dude. That's a rat. That's it. Do it without dues. Yeah. This is like some ISIS shit? No, dude. Guys, crabs in a fucking bucket, okay? Crabs in a fucking bucket. This is not some fucking ISIS shit at all. There are people who legitimately think like, you know, this is a better way. Like they unironically believe that, like, you know, unions are bad. They've been served that garbage for so long. The anti-union videos Amazon shows are creepy. How much do you think she got paid for this video? I don't know, but the irony is oftentimes these videos are literally shot by union due paying fucking Screen Actors Guild and like production assistants that are literally a part of fucking unions. So that I find to be relatively ironic. Okay? The RNC opened last year with an anti-union teacher. This shit is pervasive. Yeah, exactly. It is, you will find more people in the working class that are anti-union that are fucking union at this stage. There's a reason why we only have. Are there any WAPA articles about this? Actually, you know what? I want to know if I'm sure Washington Post has covered this. There's no fucking way. If they haven't, that's really fucked up. Amazon literally hires an intelligence task force to spy on its employees and find out who's trying to organize. Yeah, I don't know. What are union dues? Do you have any control over the types of ads that get run on your channel? No, but I also don't give a shit. Military ads run on my channel literally all the time, nonstop. What do you think? Like, fucking, are you guys gonna go join now? See, they're covering it. There's no way they wouldn't, dude. It doesn't actually.
Bruh.
Amazon is doing an anti-union blitz. Thank you. And they're stalking Alabama warehouse workers everywhere, even the bathroom. And also running ads on Twitch that are anti-union. Would they fire employees who watch you? No. There's a reason why there's a multi-million-dollar industry out there that specifically combats unionization efforts, because companies would rather drop a couple million to make sure that fucking lawyers come in and scare you and deter you away from unionization while still trying to work within the legal framework that is completely crippled to begin with, that should make it easier for you to be able to unionize in your workplace, because that is a cost they're willing to fucking drop, because, hey, that pays off in dividends. That's a great return on your investment if you stop employees from being able to unionize. I heard that they were controlling the traffic lights so the union organizers couldn't talk to the employees. They also wanted to pay the employees to quit right before the critical union vote, telling them that they could get $2,000 to $5,000. Like, literally within the legal framework. Okay? I have personally been fired by Amazon before I started watching you using the rhetoric you use. Yeah. But here's the reality. Most people that you see talking about workers' rights on the internet, or like talking about fucking liberal elites and like fucking cancel culture and shit like that, don't actually care about this shit. This is actually a corporation that is supposedly leftist, by the way, supposedly socialist leftist corporation, literally doing everything they can to fuck over their workers. Okay? This is a real workers' rights problem. I like that part of this, by the way. I love that part of the thing that they're saying now in Amazon is that they are touting $15 minimum wage. They're touting $15 wages. Oh yeah? How the fuck do they have $15 wages? What, you think that happened because Jeff Bezos was like, we gotta pay our employees $15? Is that how it happened? I'm surprised that they're so woke. I mean, come on, we're paying $15 in wages. You crazy?
Amazon straight up RuneScape item trimming, scamming its employees.
Biraz bağırıyorum ama çok değil. Anyway. Oh, did someone say that? Why don't you? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I understand how Twitch streaming is a monopoly, and the only other way to try and build your streaming brand career. But now that you are big, why are you not using your own site hosting service? Aren't you well enough to not support Amazon anymore? Actual question. The mentality of like a leftist person on the internet is always going to be remarkable to me, because the actual question is so fucking hilarious. Who's gonna host the hosting site? how am I not going to rely on Amazon Web Services then? How does that work? Am I going to go to the boutique web service hoster Microsoft? Is that where I'm going to go? The non-exploitative. What's up? What do I do there? No, there's other competitors with co-op values or green values. Yeah, okay, dude.
Thanks Hasan, you have inspired me to get a PhD in economics.
Unfortunately, leftists really don't understand shit like this. I know. He wants you to Joe Rogan it. You think Joe Rogan is independent in that regard? Motherfucker got like $100 million deal from Spotify. You think Joe Rogan is like hosting his own shit? What are you, crazy? No, most people don't care about this sort of shit. Okay? Most people don't even treat this kind of take seriously. The only reason why I'm treating it seriously instead of laughing it off and moving on is because there are people who unironically have this wonderful point of view, and there are others who use this as a counter a lot of times, like other streamers and other content creators who think this is like a good own. So I'm just repeating my position here so you get a better understanding of where I'm coming from. So, you know, you don't get fucking idiots to own you in the marketplace of ideas by saying that.
You can just stream on Discord and we can all watch for free with no ads.
Anyway, you do more good here because of your more new viewers coming in here than you streaming on some shitty platform. I agree, but you know. No shade, but people need to understand how heavy of server costs live streaming requires. Anything beyond very small traffic would cost an insane amount and probably would end up being provided by AWS anyway. Yeah. It'd be really funny if I'd like tried to work with a smaller place that had to outsource to AWS because they couldn't fucking handle the load. And then end up giving money to Amazon no matter what. It's easy. Just spend thousands of hours creating your own web server, the site to host that on that server, effective compression to live, send your feed out, complete support for users building the service stack. What else?
Yeah, okay, dude. Nice response, bro. Teopdesk is a green company and allows unions, unlike your uncle.
What the fuck is Teopdesk? Better support. They're a supplier of service management software from Netherlands in 1997. The company has more than 700 employees. What is this? Get service departments working together. Easily connect customers and exceed their expectations every single time. Enterprise management. No, that guy's not a leftist, by the way. That guy's just a fucking idiot. Anyone who says shit like that, unlike your uncle or whatever the fuck, which by the way, I think, I don't know, but I think the Young Turks is now unionized. Like they already did. The fact that they're willing to pay $2K to any worker who quits and using ad text to show how significant this is. No, it absolutely is. UIT has a union, but, you know, that is not going to stop people from saying like, oh, you're fucking union buster or whatever. Just like people still say like, I deny the Armenian genocide or some shit. Because again, motherfuckers are out here not actually trying to solve problems, but instead just trying to, you know, win a conversation, win an argument.
The more I watched because I agreed with your takes, the more I liked you and I was gifted a sub and now I guess I like you now, so I'll resub I guess. You did it, you converted me.
Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, so Amazon purposely located this plant in Alabama because it has a right to work state. Do you have any idea the balls it takes for the employees to vote in union in Alabama? I live in Birmingham, and it will never happen, but these employees deserve many props. No, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Surely it's better to use a company you don't agree with to get your message out to a larger number of people than reject the systems in place and scream at a wall hoping people hear you. Yeah, no, it is. Like, people that say just start a competing business to a monopoly like Amazon while still relying on half the other back-end services that Amazon offers are so silly because Microsoft couldn't do that to Amazon. How the fuck is HasanAbi going to do that? Like, it's just insane to assume that I could just like build my own fucking website and all this other shit. Like it's ridiculous. Anyway. Okay. Amazon's paying employees to quit right before the critical union vote. Employees are being offered thousands of dollars to leave and never work for Amazon again weeks before the historic union election. They are being paid. They're being offered at least $1,000 to quit their jobs that could threaten a unionization drive in Bessemer, Alabama. On Sunday, there were concerns on Twitter that the drive was specifically targeted at Bessemer warehouse, but Amazon runs this program nationally and has for years. This year's program and internal documentation spelling it out was first reported by labor reporter Kim Kelly. We love that you're a part of the team, but if you have goals outside of Amazon, we want to support you, a handout obtained by Kelly says. That's why we have a voluntary resignation program called The Offer, an exit bonus starting at $1,000 based on how many peaks you've worked. Regardless of its national scope, if workers in Bessemer who are supportive of the union take it, the drive there could be threatened. A researcher found out that they do it at a lot of facilities and whatnot, but it was a good time to do it now in Bessemer. That could hurt the votes. Michael Foster, one of the leaders of the Bessemer Union Drive, told Motherboard. If they quit, the vote won't count. To me, it's just to prevent the people from getting the union in. They need to thin out some people. It's kind of a polite way to do it. The program's an annual one done each February. Bessemer's warehouse opened in March, so this is the first run in with a buyout. The program is first mentioned in the 2014 letter to shareholders, then dubbed Pay to Quit, but as the letter states, invented by the clever people at Zappos, which was acquired by Amazon in 2009, it's now called The Offer, as it was at Zappos. In a 2008 essay reviewing the practice, Harvard Business Review framed the tactic as a way for Zappos to filter out those who don't have the sense of commitment they are looking for. Amazon adopted a similar tune in its 2014 shareholder letter, saying that it made this offer to encourage folks to take a moment and think about what they really want. What really mattered, Amazon added, was that an employee staying somewhere they don't want to be isn't healthy for the employee or the company. To that end, Amazon offers $2,000 for 1 to 2 peaks at Amazon, employment on or before December 1st, and an additional $1,000 each year until you reach $5,000. Love that it caps out at $5,000, by the way. Amazon has a number of different opportunities that are designed to help employees achieve their like, why don't they just give $1,000 extra in a bonus regardless when you reach peak? Only if you quit did they give it to you. Well, apparently they have the offering out there. Like, they are able to do that. I know some people will take the offer, but since one case is just a one-time payment, will it actually be effective? It's literally, it's effective because if you're working at an Amazon distribution facility, $1,000 is a fuckload of money. A one-time payment of $1,000 could help pay your rent that month. You know what I mean? Like, and if you can't pay your rent right now, then you'll fucking take it. But then you have no job. I know, but for some people, they're like, okay, well, I will have no job, but I have $1,000 that I can finally fucking pay my rent, so I don't have to be homeless again. McDonald's, the secretive intel team spies on fight for 15 workers. Internal documents show. Yeah, this is If you're in a right to work state, they're going to fire you anyway after they find someone to replace you. No, absolutely. That is, by the way, that's Republicans, baby. Right to work. Look at how wonderfully they have tailored that, by the way. The way that they describe a right to work is so good and so fucking cool. So the National Right to Work Legal Defense Foundation describes big labor's top 10 special privileges. Okay, this is a psychotic. So this is the boring stuff behind. You know when I always talk about ALEC, for example, and like the Koch brothers and all this other shit, like this is what they're working on behind closed doors. The American Legislative Exchange Council, ALEC, and all these other psychotic right-wing think tanks, and even, you know, liberals also take advantage of this. This is what they are doing, okay? This is how they are creating the comfortable padding to ensure that you never actually end up getting paid what you are worth, and you never have a way to fight back, okay? Like, I think it's fair. I think it's fair to offer workers, even if you are the most capitalist motherfucker on the planet, it is absolutely fair to offer workers a chance to have a say, to have a seat at the table, and to have a say. And the only way to do that is by organizing workers. Okay? There's no other way to do that. There is absolutely no other fucking way to do that. I'm not saying labor unions in America currently are perfect. Okay? They're not. There are plenty of issues with labor unions in the United States of America as it is currently. A lot of that stems from the fact that they have been eviscerated, abused, and completely crippled, and now have functionally no power. Okay? But these are the motherfuckers behind the scenes that do all of the work. So the National Right to Work Foundation works solely with the courts to assist employees whose human or civil rights have been violated by abuses of compulsory unionism. Compulsory unionism. Like it is actually a violation of your civil rights to force you into a union. Okay? I work in construction, get paid less than 15% of what my employer does for my labor. Well, according to the Labor Bureau statistics, unions are the reason why even non-unionized employees make, I think, around 10% more. But definitely, unionized employees make 10% more in competitive fields where they're with respect to their non-union counterparts. Isn't it democratic to give people a choice whether or not to join? No, it's not. Because people make dumb fucking mistakes and dumb choices. And in a lot of circumstances, they don't even have a fucking say in this respect. No. Fuck it. No, it is not democratic to give people a fucking choice. Okay? Because the alternative is not one in which you have a say. You will be forced to join this democratically formed organization? I mean, yeah. Yeah. You're not giving a choice to people. What you're basically stating is unions steal your money, they don't help you out, lying because you have all the fucking power, okay? And then the alternative in that situation is not that you have the choice to still get the benefits and amenities that you would get if your union was fighting alongside you or fighting for your rights. The alternative is the company does whatever the fuck they want. I say this all the time. It's like, if corruption is a constant, right? I would rather have a corrupt force have some modicum of power in the conversation that is at least supposed to operate at the behest of the workers. Do you understand? You are describing being born as an American citizen, libs and cons, can't comprehend freedom. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, libertarian, like Rothbard and other libertarians have made this argument, right? It's Rothbard, right? That you should be able to consent to being enslaved. Why is there a law around that? Why can't you just consent to being enslaved right now? That's undemocratic. So the argument that like it's undemocratic to force people into compulsory unionism is the same as your like being able to throw away your rights to fucking be a slave. This is an argument that capitalists and reactionary right-wingers engage in all the time. They try to use the well-intentioned liberal point of view that you have, okay, that you've been bred to fucking feel. They use concepts such as freedom and choice to sell you things that end up limiting your actual fucking freedom in your real life. Whether it be being able to unionize so you can fight for better wages and fight for better benefits, okay? Or even healthcare, something as simple as fucking healthcare. And if you are frothing at the mouth and salivating when you look at Nordic countries, European like countries in Europe, and thinking like, look at how great their fucking system is. How does it work? You have to also recognize that like they're not even having a conversation about this, okay? As a European, how did the US become this fucked up? Or has it always been this fucked up? It's always been this fucked up. To go back to the drawing board in this regard is to describe to you the very basic function or the very basic way that capitalism works, okay? Or wage labor works. And I've done this on Andrew's podcast, and I've done this time and time again, but I will repeat myself as I always do. If you ever worked in retail or if you ever worked in any job whatsoever, okay, you will recognize a few things. You as the worker want to work the least amount of times for the most amount of pay. That makes sense. Totally reasonable. That's your goal. You want to get the least amount of work for the most amount of pay. Your boss, your business owner, or your manager that is demonstrating and expressing the interests of your business owner wants you to work the most amount of times for the least amount of pay. They want to be able to get away with paying you as little as possible. Okay? Do you understand? So the problem in this circumstance is that when you work, and you generate profits for your company, okay, when you make more money for your company than you are paid, that money automatically goes into the pockets of the owners, and those who have decided, the owners together have decided, are going to get the money. So there is a trickle up effect of wealth. There's a distribution of wealth that trickles upward. Okay. What they do with that wealth is up to them. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And in a lot of instances throughout history, those who get all of that wealth turn around and create institutions that then tell you that this is the best fucking system possible. They create institutions that defend the legitimacy of this economic organization. They fund the police department. They create the police department. They create a court system. Okay? You get it? So the only way that you can fight back against this is because there's so much wealth distribution trickling upwards and getting stuck at the top, and it's normalized in its entirety. The only way that you could potentially demonstrate your interests is by bargaining together. Okay? And that is a union, my friends. A labor union. Okay? Because if your bosses get to decide what you do, if your bosses get to decide what you do in your workplace all the time, and they do, and they decide how much of the profits get back to you, trickle down to you, and what kind of benefits you can have, and that gets worse and worse every single year because it's becoming more competitive for you to even work at that shitty fucking retail job. Okay? The only way that you can push back, and I will use Wall Street Bets terminology for this, is apes together strong. Okay? The only way you can push back against that is by getting together and saying, well, without us, you have nothing. Without us, sorry, boss, I know that you put in all this money and you're assuming all of this risk, but without labor, you will have no value. Without us working to generate profits for you, you have nothing. Okay? And to demonstrate the power that you have what is known as work stoppages or a strike. Because if your boss turns around and says, fuck off, you have no power even when you're together, fuck you, then you can actually show that power by stopping work. And when you stop work, all of a sudden the boss will recognize, holy fuck, we do not have, we are not generating profits anymore. This fucking sucks. You can throw as much capital and as much risk at a sheet of metal, it will not become a car. Yep. Do you get it? Or do the French way and just blow up the machinery? Oh, no. Unions will engage in aggressive actions. Sometimes aggressive action is required. Labor militancy is the reason why we do not have, okay, maybe not in America, but like in most places of the world, we do not have child labor. Labor militancy is the reason why we have what is known as the weekend. Truth is, most workers cannot afford not to work. No, I know. I know that. That's the kind of the point. It is a death spiral, basically. You understand? Anyway, worse than having no union is a contract temp staffing agency who employ you for only 3 months a year with absolutely no benefits, no guarantee for full-time employment, while they get paid usually double whatever lowball wage they offered. And then you do get hired on full-time. All that time wasted employed under the temp company doesn't count as time used you working. Yes, we also need unions to protect us from abuse of power beyond financial gain. A coworker of mine quit because she was being sexually harassed by a supervisor abusing his power and nothing was done. Exactly. I'm not going to sit here and say unions are perfect, but in the current economic organization in which we exist under, unions are the best you have. Yes, 42069. I know I currently have 42,069 subs, which is 42069 poggers. That's the sex number and the weed number. Haha. Oh yeah. I forgot to fucking mention strike funds. Sorry. Yeah, workers can't afford to not work. That's why when you strike, normally the member fees you've paid into the union will support you during strikes and the likes. That's why we say Medicare for all is a huge, huge deal for unions, because that's like an automatic strike fund. You don't have the fear that like you might not get health care if you are striking for an extended period of time. That's another way that unions deal with that problem. Get it? Dishonest talking points will always be stronger than the great argument you put out. You can't package the argument you just made into a 10-second commercial. You can. Ape together strong. Boss bad. Rich man bad. Poor man good. Ape together strong. There you go. People have done it before. I mean, a very common sentiment is a really good way to express everything I just said is united we bargain, divided we beg. The issue with right to work laws tackle isn't even membership in a union, it's whether union dues can be charged to non-union members where they get benefits that they were negotiated by the union in a collective bargaining agreement, making it infinitely easier for businesses to undercut the CBA by hiring the non-union rate and draining union resources. The civil rights argument is completely nonsensical. Yeah. I used to work for an alcohol company while a strike was going on at the adjacent distributor. It was truckers, and they were absolutely harassing the shit out of other scabs and making them dump beer left and right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, there is definitely a little bit of militancy in unions. That's usually why we say cops are the ones who defend the interests of capital. Because that's when union members start fucking over scabs on purpose, then cops engage to defend the scabs. That's why leftists say cops are class traitors, because cops themselves are fucking working class themselves. How do you counter that capitalist takes risks so they deserve a bigger share? I need to know. A risk assumed by a capitalist or a business owner is the exact same kind of risk that the fucking worker has, okay? But we never talk about the risk that the workers have. We only talk about the business owner. And the biggest risk of it all is that business owner turning into a worker themselves. Yeah. The largest risk that you have as a business owner is literally what? Rejoining the workforce and becoming a worker? So you understand how fucking bad it is. I got it. Okay, never mind. Bankruptcy law? Yeah, they don't fucking kill you when you get bankrupt. You don't go to jail, brother. Starbucks is an easier path to unionizing than other fast foods since they're not franchised. There needs to be a movement to help them. It will help the rise of unions for other companies. I think part of the reason why it's hard for fucking Starbucks to get employees to unionize is because from everything I've seen outside, everything that I've seen from Starbucks is that they actually do treat their employees relatively decently in comparison to other franchises. They do offer a fuckload of benefits from what I understand. Like, notorious for offering a fuckload of benefits to their workers. Hashtag ad? I mean, it's not... Dude, there's fucking baristas at Starbucks in my audience right now. They will probably back up what I'm saying. They offer healthcare. They offer fucking education costs. Costco is another one too. Like there are a couple companies. Not saying that they're good. They're still exploitative. They're capitalist, obviously. But in comparison to the other fucking places, like in comparison to the other workplaces, especially in America. In similar fields, they are doing a lot more for their workers. Former Starbucks employee here. The job itself works, but the benefits and pay are insane. It's really competitive to work there now. Anyway, speaking of my workplace obligations, ironic because I'm talking about Amazon's anti-union blitz and also the ads that they're playing on the fucking platform. It's top of the hour every hour. It's time for a 60-second ad break. Hey, maybe if you're tuning in from Alabama, you'll see one of these ads that I'm about to run on the other side. If you would like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime subscription by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to get one free Prime subscription a month. But here is the ad. A 60-second ad now. No.
We at the Birmingham.
Amazon is running a second ad on Twitch in Alabama. Let's see what this one is.
To be a union rep in Los Angeles at International Airport, and they don't do nothing but take your money. They just take your money, and they don't do anything for you. I would keep what Amazon got. I love it. Yeah, I want to make my career here. I don't need the union. I'm going to vote no.
I think the union coming in here would be devastating.
We're all one. Let's get it done.
I love that, like, this notion is that, like, okay, here's the thing. This notion that, like, it's very good use of language where they make it seem like the union is an outside force and not literally the workers themselves organizing. Okay? Like, that's the fucking greatest take here is that, like, Amazon, your corporate overlord that is literally designed as an authoritarian state in and of itself and has pretty much the power of a literal fucking state, is actually your friend and your family, whereas the union that is only created and formed by the fucking workers and with like an outside consultant offering you guidance and help and union dues that they're taking away from you so that, you know, you will have strike funds and power to be able to fight back in times when you're getting fucked over. Those guys are the outside sources. They make it seem like it's an outside regulation over the workers. Yeah. Third partying the union is a classic union busting tactic. Yup. How many people are corporate office workers and how many are pickers at the fulfillment center? You can still find a person who is literally working in the front lines have this sort of take because crabs in a bucket, American individualism, like it's completely fucking ingrained in the American identity.
Laborer shall no longer suffer from the noxious greed of Mr. Krabs.
Hey, what's that guy talking about?
I don't know, but he's got a megaphone.
We will dismantle oppression board by board. We'll saw the foundation of big business in half, even if it takes.
Literally wearing a shirt of a union worker? Wait, me? Am I? I don't know who made this. Did you make this? Oh, the guy in the video was?
And eternity! With your support, we will send the hammer of the people's will crashing through the windows of Mr. Krabs' house of servitude!
Pretty based. When I was a teenager working at Walmart, they had anti-union videos in the training class. They taught us never to give out our signature to the union and that they were stealing our money. I believed this bullshit when I was younger. It's total brainwashing. Yeah. One of my favorite anti-union takes is, dude, what are you doing? Just like your union dues mean a PlayStation, bro. Are you fucking stupid? Like, just buy a PlayStation, which is, again, the perfect American fucking identity, dude. Instead of taking away some of your fucking hard-earned dollars that your bosses are fucking taking from you and giving it to a fucking organization that's going to fight for your rights, that will allow you to organize effectively and get better benefits for yourself and shit like that. Just spend it on immediate consumption. Come on. Just fucking don't be stupid. You can buy an Amazon. You can buy an Amazon. You can buy a fucking PlayStation. Come on. Are you stupid? Don't do that. Yeah, forget about your fucking labor rights and just buy a fucking PlayStation, you stupid fuck. Do you think it's possible to form a baseline safety net for one of those communities to local organizing, helping out with the threat of losing work? Maybe. But not really. The best union we had here was that that of the metallurgical industry in the 80s. They totally stopped the production of cars in the interior of Sao Paulo for the fight for better working conditions. It was from this movement that Brazil's best president emerged at the end of the dictatorship, Lula. How does someone pay their union dues? Does it come out of the paycheck directly? I don't know. I think you just, I think you just pay the union directly. I'm not sure. Oh, it comes out of your paycheck? Never mind. Yep, they take mine out of my check, but you do get a lot of benefits, of course. The union takes your first 2 children and brands them easy payment. Oh, see opinions on cum stacking? I did not Google it. I have no idea what the fuck it is. But the business owner invests their money into the company, so it fails, they lose their money and their job. Workers don't invest any of their money into the company, so if it fails, they just lose their job. Yeah, but they're workers because they don't have the fucking capital, brother. So they're destined to a lifetime of work. When a boss fucking loses their money, now they're back to square one where they have to become workers as well. That's the fucking point. That's the irony, is that a boss, an owner, knows how bad it is to be a fucking worker. Another promo video for the union featuring Ilhan and Byrne. What?
Is that big fish.
The fight that you are waging is not
Oh no, this is more perfect union. That's different. This is like an ad for unions.
only going to impact people where you work. It's going to send a message to workers all across this country.
It sort of is a domino effect.
The value for it is not only for you singularly, but for the present, the past.
It's pretty fucking awesome that Danny Glover went down there too.
Future. That's why we need you to vote yes.
Even if you are taking on the richest guy in the country, even if you are taking on a incredibly powerful corporation.
You deserve the dignity and well-being that a union can help provide, allowing you to care for yourself and those you love.
The 5-day work week, 40-hour work week, the weekends we enjoy,
paid holidays, sick days and vacations, overtime, family and medical leave, military leave, safety standards, and so much more.
All of that is the work of unions.
Workers stand up, stand together, and fight, they can win.
When voices have been silenced throughout our history, unions have also been a place to give voice to working families.
If you don't feel dignified and you're constantly fighting for your humanity to be recognized, you're just a shell of a person. You're not fully existing.
I know it's not easy.
Shut up, Ilhan. You're wearing... Shut up, Ilhan. You're wearing a turban. I don't want to listen to you. I don't understand what you're saying. I have a right to be free. I have a right to be free, and by free, I mean right to get fucked over by my bosses. Fuck you. It's my choice.
I know that Amazon...
Oh, liberals talk about my body, my choice, but not when it comes to my boot-sucking fetish. I'm sorry, Ilhan. I want to suck on these boots, all right?
Amazon is putting a lot of pressure on you to vote against the union. But I hope that you guys stand together, do the right thing, and tell the world that the workers in Amazon are prepared to move forward and create the first union in Amazon in the United States of America, right there in Alabama.
You carry on the spirit and tradition in Alabama that has fought against...
Bitch, most of the warehouse workers are black and democratic. Fun fact, yes, the black workforce in the United States of America has a higher unionization rate than the white workforce does. Fun fact that most people don't know. So whenever people say like unions are actually racist, sweaty, if you hear like liberals try to fucking counter you with that, like one time Gianno tried to do to me on Fox News, you can just counter with that take. Yeah.
So many obstacles. You carry on. You're the continuum of that struggle. It is the right thing to do. It is the just thing to do. And God bless you.
What is your take on the minimum wage laws? In my opinion, it's one of the things that hurt unions the most. They make it much more difficult to negotiate better minimum wage for your own workplace. Minimum wage laws, unfortunately, have to exist in the United States because there's only an 11%. There's the unionization the unionization rate in the workforce in America is at 11%. So no. I know a bigger question, but what do unions do to make things better? Like, how does it work? Oh my God, I just described literally all of it. Didn't I just describe everything? Like, you know, you want to work for fucking the least amount of time as a worker, but for the most amount of pay, and your bosses will have the diametrically opposite fucking interest. And the only way to arrive at a reasonable compromise is by demonstrating the power that you have. And demonstrating the power that you have is by, you know, getting together in your workplace and showing your bosses that without you and your fellow workers, all they have is just a fucking empty factory. And, you know, it's just, there's no value without labor. New here. Is this a political stream? Sometimes. I have seen the ads running on Twitch. I was just making fun of them. What kind of argument do you give chuds like my family when they say unions are making workers lazy? Dude, make fun of them, okay? Here's the best way to counter these people. Whenever other workers shit on other workers and say they fucking, they're making them lazy, be like, why are you such a cuck? Like, what is this stupid fucking peasant mentality that you have, Dad? Like, you stupid fucking brain dead dad of mine. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you for thinking like, oh, it makes workers lazy? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You think rich people are ever like, oh, I'm being so lazy right now by not working, you know, 13 hours a fucking day, dumbass? No, it's not laziness, you stupid fucking father of mine. It's actually being smart. You're working smart, okay? You're getting more of the profits that you generate for your fucking bosses. Unless you unironically, stupid father of mine, legitimately believe that Jeffrey Jebediah Bezos is working 7 gorillion times harder than mom over here is a fucking nurse, okay? And doing like back-to-back fucking overtime and back-to-back shifts. Are you stupid, Dad? Is that what you think? That's something you can say, I guess. Not those exact words, but... I hear a lot of people shit on teachers' unions, making teachers lazy. Yeah, dude. Wait, March 4th is going to be another sweet cope session? Really? Life amid the ruins of QAnon. I wanted my family back. What's going to happen on March 4th? I have a good dad. I can speak like that to him. Okay, I was kidding. I would never be able to speak like that to my dad either. I've called my dad a cuck. He says it makes him more of a man to work more. Then you deserve to be enslaved. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say about it other than like if you're literally enjoying it, then it's your fucking kink, and I don't want to kink shame. Hey, Dad, I don't want to fucking kink shame you, okay? You know, you like being cucked, so whatever, you know? You're happy being a peasant. I'm glad that you can survive. That's cool. I'm not going to do that personally. And, you know, I'm not going to kink shame you, but I am not going to get cucked in the way that you are getting cucked. Then why doesn't dad ask his boss for less money and more hours? Actually, that's a pretty good counter too. Yeah, ask your dad why he doesn't ask for less money and more hours. If he likes, if that makes him such a hard ass. If that makes him so fucking hard, I mean, dude, nothing is harder than literally fucking saying like, "Hey, boss man, I'm gonna work for a little bit extra today, and I actually want you to pay me less. Okay, can you please do that?" Serious question, I'm just wondering about this. I don't mean this in a negative way. When stuff becomes fully automated, such as the car factory produces cars fully automatically and very few people actually work, where will people get the money to buy stuff? I assume the system would adapt at that point. Yes. And the way that it's going is going to be probably universal basic income, which is going to be fucking shitty and horrible and not enough. But the real way to do it with full technological achievements, especially because someone's still going to have to do upkeep on this machinery. Someone's still going to have to, you know, build the machinery itself. Fix it when it's broken. So there's always going to be additional jobs that get created, okay, as a consequence of the automation. But it's going to limit the unfulfilling. What? Jahrain is talking about you? What? I don't understand. What's he saying? UBI, easy is a shit job though. One can probably live off that. What if we just have machines do all that? Elon Musk treats his staff like his ex-wives, poggers. Having enough money to live is so beta, dude. I know. Anyway, where was I? Okay, hold on. I'm getting fucking packages too. What the fuck's going on right now? So much shit's happening. Oh, here, I wanted to leave this with you for a second. I just wanted to show you guys, show you boys something awesome here. Net favorability, new net favorability just dropped from the Economist YouGov poll. It is online though. But, show Sanders at a +10, Biden at +8, nice. Harris at +5, AOC at +1, Rush Limbaugh at -9. Lol, why the fuck were they polling for Limbaugh? He just died. That's so funny. Dies, still loses fucking... Died very unfavorable. Disgraceful. Nipples protruding. Dies unfavorably. Very disgraceful. Believe me, not good. Not good, folks. Not good at all. Maybe they, maybe they... McConnell -49, Cruz -23, Cuomo -23, Hawley, Green, Pelosi at -11. That's weird. This is the first time AOC has had a positive favorability. It is surprising. People that fucking... AOC has a lot of qualities. AOC has a lot of qualities that make her unfavorable. Hasan Kebap Joe seni çağırıyor. Abi ne yapayım anlamıyorum. Ne yapmamı bekliyorsunuz? Does that mean people liked Rush more when he was alive? I don't know. I'm gonna be so sad when you get busted for not putting weights back or whatever you get canceled for. You always make me laugh. What do you mean? I'm gonna get canceled for not putting weights back at the gym? What are you, crazy? Conservatives have a hard-on for hating Pelosi, so it's not surprising. So much for being pro-life. Çağırmıyorlar, yalan atıyorlar. Ha öyle mi? Ya bırakın Joey, Erzurum'unuzu da sikeceğim, işçi hakları konuşuyor adam burada. Aynen. People are so stupid. Wait, ne konuşuyor anlamadım ki Caho. Türkçe mi stream yapmam lazım şimdi? Yapamam yani. Okay, real question. How does the whole union conversation align with the NV Food Service Workers Union who rallied against M4A? No, that wasn't the fucking Food Service Workers Union. That was the union bosses that fucking rallied against M4A because they're shitty. Like, there's no other way to describe it. And I talked about it extensively. The actual Food Service Workers Union members literally voted overwhelmingly in favor of Bernie Sanders, despite what the union bosses were trying to do. So, and I called I said that was going to happen after going to Nevada and even before going to Nevada, exactly 1 year ago, actually. Cahreyn draması hakkında ne düşünüyorsun? Bilmiyorum, ne draması var? I absolutely agree. Unionize every industry. Working construction union make great money because of the union wages. However, the downside is making the same as someone else when they suck ass doing an actual job and you have to pick up their slack, making the same amount of money. Yeah, I mean, people don't get paid based on performance regardless of whether unions exist or not. Like, your bosses, it's not like your bosses are fucking paying you because of how much performance you're putting back in. They're paying you. They're basically paying you whatever they can get away with paying you, no matter what. So that's going to happen whether you have a union or whether you don't have a union. Do you understand? How do you feel about Glenn deciding transphobia is his new thing? He's going to force other leftists to pretend it's okay when he does it. It's not okay. I don't know why the fuck he's being transphobic. I was going to talk about that. I totally forgot. So, there is this let's talk about this. There is this very, very bigoted take that reactionaries engage in all the time that invalidates the experience that trans people, gay people, lesbian people, like everyone in the LGBT goes through by saying, oh, you're just doing it for attention. Right? But because of the activism, the years and years of activism, and finally forcing the hand of legislators into taking action, some parts of the LGBT experience have become normalized in the United States, right? Specifically, lesbians and gays. That doesn't mean that they're still as well off as like cisgender heterosexuals. Obviously not. But it's a little bit better than the rest of the LGBT community. So now what has happened is that very same bigotry that was launched towards everyone in the LGBT community, specifically the gays and the lesbians, is narrowing its focus on to queer, non-binary, trans folks, right? And I am not even talking about bisexuals, because a big problem with bisexuals is bi visibility. But usually they just get lopped under the gay or lesbian or whatever category, no matter what. So, folks, right? Okay, shut up. Stop trying to fucking take the conversation somewhere dumb right now. I'm trying to make like a bit of a serious statement because I'm not very good at the gender stuff. You guys already know. And I don't want to fuck around for like one moment, and then we'll make some jokes in a second, okay? So, but most people here, almost every single person here makes fun of the folks with an X thing, okay? It's like overcorrective, it's silly. Folks is literally straight the fuck up, non-gendered, like it's stupid. Who cares? So anyway, there are new findings that came out in this Gallup poll, and Glenn is talking about how some really fascinating findings in this big new Gallup survey on Americans identifying as LGBT. It should lead to lots of deeper investigation to understand what explains some of these astronomical changes, but for now, a few points to note. There's been a huge explosion in the number of Americans identifying as LGBT. Close to 1 out of every 5 Gen Z identifies. That's more than a 4-fold increase from Gen X. But almost all the increase comes from those identifying as bi or trans, not gay or lesbian. So, is gender ignorant the right term to be using for non-gender words, or am I having a massive brain fart? I don't fucking know, dude. Okay. So, a normal person would probably look at this and go, oh, how nice. How nice that as a consequence of all of this activism and the normalization, that a lot of people are coming to terms with their sexuality or their gender orientation, gender identity, gender expression, all of that sort of stuff, and are more willing and able to openly admit to themselves and others that they are a certain way. A psychopath would look at this and go, they're putting chemicals in the fucking water, brother, so that means, you know, they're force feminizing you. They're turning the frogs fucking gay. And Glenn Greenwald, on the other hand, is alluding to something here. And that is the bigoted thing that I just described when I first introduced the subject, which is maybe they're trying to win brownie points within the PC community because it's fashionable and trendy to be trans. Okay? Trans trenders, as Natalie would say, or has talked about before. So, the last part that he was mentioning, but almost all the increase comes from those identifying as bi or trans, not gay or lesbian. Of Americans now claiming bi identity, the vast majority of them in long-term relationships are in opposite-sex relationship rather than same-sex ones, 3.7. So 10 times more people who identify as bi live in a hetero-appearing relationship than gay lesbian ones. So this is just like old school internal LGBT bigotry, where like a gay person is saying like, oh, bi, but you're like still fucking, like you say you're bi, but you know, you're in a long-term relationship with an opposite sex. Like, why do you claim that you're fucking bi? It doesn't mean that you're bi. You're just probably straight. Like, you're just fucking straight, which is really stupid. And that's actually what bi people say is bisexual erasure. Ironic, because, you know, I sometimes joke about that. Okay? Bi people have 10x as many opposite sex people in the dating pool compared to the same sex. This doesn't mean anything. Binary gender roles push cis people to think they're trans. Those people sometimes get into the crossfire of this whole transgender thing. So transgender KW? No, it is. People legitimately think that like people are faking being trans. I think you're putting words into his mouth. I don't want to speak to the authors of the data of their discussion, but I don't think what Glenn did was patently wrong. Finally, he hasn't said anything yet. These are not normative statements. These are just descriptive statements of the data. Okay, so I haven't said anything yet. I'm just simply stating that he is alluding to a certain concept that has been around for a very long time. Finally, as famed lesbian Kitty Perzog notes, there are now among millennials and Gen Z more people identifying as trans than lesbian. She's previously argued that masculine girls are now encouraged to identify as trans, causing a decrease in lesbian population. Now, that encouragement is psychotic. What the fuck? Like, what do you mean encouraged to identify as trans rather than lesbian? Like, is there someone out there who's like, you're trans actually, you should be trans? Is that how this works? Famed lesbian. Here's Katie's article exploring whether the disappearance of lesbian culture is due to the encouragement which masculine girls receive from the society, therapists, healthcare workers, etc., to identify as trans, not as lesbian women. So this is straight up transphobic. Like, what he's doing here is, this is straight the fuck up transphobia, okay? Now, I'm going to describe to you why it's straight the fuck up transphobia in a brief moment, but let me just finish everything he's saying. Clearly, the massive increase in Americans self-identifying as LGBT, an increase due to overwhelmingly more bi and trans self-identifiers, is partially a function of increased societal acceptance, but that's clearly not the only factor, and I doubt it's the primary one. So that is the reason why I said this is not just descriptive, this is not him just like looking at the data, this is him implying something. And that implication literally fucking comes with an Andrew Sullivan, Notorious TERF, Substack, written by the other like turfy lesbian Katie Herzog, whatever the fuck. Now, what I have to say to all of this as a cisgender heterosexual man is this. How the fuck do you, as a gay person or as a lesbian, literally fucking turn around and say, trans people are faking it for social acceptance and brownie points, even though they're actually fucking lesbians, when I, as a cishet person, could turn around and be like, gay people are doing it for the exact same reasons, dumbass. This is such a dumb fucking take, especially from someone who is literally a part of the LGBT community, because it's the exact same bigotry that members of the LGBT community have been subjected to throughout time. Oh, you're just fucking, you're not gay. You're just doing it for attention. You're not fucking lesbian. You're just doing it for attention. Wait, why did you stop being fucking, why did you stop doing this for attention and, you know, go fuck a dude, okay? Lesbian woman. Why don't you just stop being so fucking attention seeking and go fuck a dude? Is exactly the same kind of gatekeepy horse shit that straight people have been subjecting the members of the LGBT community to for a very long time. So very weird that like people are like, well, now my position is normalized, so I'm just going to literally fucking turn around and do that same shit that I was subjected to trans people. Maybe, and just maybe, people are coming to terms and recognizing that sexuality is fluid. That would probably lead to an increase in why people identify as bisexual. Okay, because there's no fucking magical brownie points you get for being bi. Like, this isn't, guys, this isn't fucking 2014 anymore, okay? Like, putting they them in your bio doesn't automatically give you a fucking shield on the internet, okay? Sorry, it's just, that's not how it works anymore. So I mean, I shit on fucking trans people when they say stupid shit all the time. It's not like that. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's literally how, by the way, that's literally, it never worked that way, okay? It never fucking worked that way, but that was straight the fuck up a position that reactionary people held on to in that era. Okay? That is what people thought. That was what they were saying. It was like, oh yeah, I'm trans, so you can't fucking shit on me. Fuck you. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I can. That was absolutely a reactionary position that people held. They thought that trans people could just do it to put up a shield of deflection. Okay? Or not trans people, but like people that were just identifying as trans. That's not a real thing. Okay? Still does. No, that wasn't a real thing in like fucking 2014. Maybe amongst like liberals who are overcorrective and morons. Okay? But that's not a real fucking thing in general. It's like saying, it's the same energy as like fucking heterosexual people saying that like, heterosexual rights are being diminished with the existence of like gays, okay? It's the literal exact same fucking thing that like white people say when they're like, black people Black people having more civil liberties means I don't have as many rights. Okay, that's it. It's not a fucking real thing. As a matter of fact, when you straight up when you put your sexuality or your gender on there in that way, you're opening yourself up to a litany of attacks, a line of attack. All right? There are liberals out there who will put on kitty gloves when dealing with trans people. Those are the same kind of liberals and the same kind of fucking energy that those exact liberals give to black people, for example. It's like weirdly infantilizing, okay? Where it's that same like white guilt or like overcorrective liberal mentality that that revolves around treating black people differently and not wanting to step on any toes or anything like that. Okay? But those liberals are a tiny fraction of the overall pool of human beings. I think a lot of IDPOL center leftists also partake in that. Yes. The irony is that a lot of people that shit on identity politics are just as obsessed with identity politics as the fucking Tumblr kiddies that they claim they're dunking on. Okay? It's just dumbass culture war shit. The argument literally is, I don't care. Just let people fucking live. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop being an asshole. Okay? Jesus Christ. I agree that Ben Shapiro thinks more about pronouns than 99% of people on the internet. Absolutely, without a doubt. I've made that joke I've made that joke many times. Also, this looks like the lesbian population increased, so I don't know why they were saying it decreased. Millennials' lesbian population is 0.8%. Gen Z lesbian population is 1.4%. So I don't know why they... I don't know what that means. The Tumblr kitties and the bigots are all the same in the way that they don't understand the issues at all, but one of them is like, oh my god, small bean, and the other is like, let's stone the gays. He's so fucking obsessed, he actually never covers anything else on his show. I don't know how he gets funding, because a lot of people just love getting a fucking easy dunk. It also makes a lot of leftists sound like reactionaries. It's like they turn off their critical thinking skills. They didn't say it decreased, but that transgender people now outnumber the lesbians. Well, that in and of itself is at the heart of being a TERF, right? Like, it's the existence of trans people as a legitimate threat to your existence. It's not. There's just more people accepting that they're fucking trans, dumbass. Shut the fuck up. If you were inferring from the data, it would make more sense to assume gay men are being pressured to be trans, but of course he went down the NPC TERF talking point about lesbian erasure. Yeah, it's pretty funny because because of the normalization of misogyny, like no one gives a shit about TERFs. Like most people are just like, you're a fucking weirdo blue-haired lesbian, like shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? So in a weird way, like TERFs get double fucked, and the only people that they can have an allegiance with is people like Glenn Greenwald or fucking other reactionaries that are in that moment just trying to be transphobic, and they're like, oh look, this is a feminist and this is a lesbian here, yeah. Like but like TERFs are like the common enemy of every single fucking group on the internet. Okay? TERFs, a trans exclusionary radical feminist, like the unironic rad femme, like this screeching fucking blue-haired person, like that is literally a TERF for the most part. And the allegiances that they think that they are, the allegiances that they think that they're building with like other weirdos. Bu ne lan? SA. AS arkadaşlar. Aleykümselam arkadaşlar. The allegiance they have with other like reactionaries is just like put together with fucking glue and tape, okay, with shoestrings. Türk var mı? The Gallup article is much better. What? I don't hide this cookie shit. Jaho'dan geldik. SA. AS arkadaşlar. Oh, you're saying TERFs? I thought you said Turks. I was going to be like, chill, eat some börek. No, TERFs. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. Like, these are like the feminists that fucking spend their every waking moment crying and complaining about fucking trans people existing and acting like, you know, trans people want to fucking have sex with them or something because they're using the same bathroom. Even though trans women are women, you know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid. It's just stupid and fundamentally broken all over. Anyway, lesbians are people who identify as women attracted to other women, but transgender in this case combines both trans men and trans women into a single category. Ne oluyor lan? Ne yaptınız? Address the raid. Wait, did I get raided? I don't know what's... Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this. Çinebedel kırkımız. Tiplere bak abi. Okay, here. Okay, here. Here you go. All right, here. Yeah, you can turn off the fucking The Turks are coming. The Turks are coming. Shouts out to Ceddin for the raid. Holy shit. SA arkadaşlar. SA. Ladies and gentlemen, Ceddin is a Turkish Twitch streamer who was having a big ass stream earlier. Thank you for the raid, brother. Hope it was good. Türkler. Benim adım Hasan. Bilmiyorsanız. Kendine basan. Yok olmadı. Ne bileyim. Ben Amerika'da yaşıyorum. İngilizce politika konuşuyorum burada ben. Normalde. Genel olarak Türkçe konuşmuyorum. Yani onu söyleyeyim size baştan. Beklemeyin o yüzden benden bunu. Okey. Ama eğer İngilizce biliyorsanız ya da İngilizce öğrenmek istiyorsanız gelin burada izleyin arada sırada. Ben Ceddin'e raid atarım da günde 12 saat çalıştığım için hiç Ceddin arada olmuyor yani. Ayakta olmuyor ben şey yaparken, çekim yaparken. Maalesef. Neyse. Okey, birazdan No Pixel'e gideceğiz. Haberiniz olsun. No Pixel tam şey, Kurtlar Vadisi, tamam mı? Birazdan No Pixel'e gireceğim arkadaşlarla. Biz orada mafya oyunu yapıyoruz. O zaman takip edersiniz yani, aynen Kurtlar Vadisi gibi, tamam mı? Hasan boka basan. Alright. We have been invaded by the Turks, folks. For those of you who are wondering what the fuck's going on, Ceddin, who's a Turkish streamer, was doing a gigantic stream, and he raided me in the end of it. He had more people than XQC, actually. He was like the fucking top guy. Pretty cool. I love to see it. You know, it gives me pride and joy to see Turkish streamers blowing the fuck up on the platform. They're doing great. Same shirt. How many viewers? I think he had like 80,000 at some point, right? Yeah, he had 80K viewers, this guy. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. I've told you guys before, there's like there's a massive fucking Turkish community on Twitch. Of course, they fund, I would say single-handedly fund Amaranth. You know? But they sometimes subscribe and fund Turkish streamers as well. Well, I guess Amaranth is functionally a Turkish streamer, if you know what I mean. Fucking falan diyor, ne bu? O ama bacımız dedi. Evet, dünya ahiret bacımız Amurant. Uzayda görsem acımam ama yani. RP iyi gidiyor brom, devam böyle. Edeceğiz, yapacağız şimdi. Anyway, Look at the fucking chat. As soon as I said Amaranth, look at how the fucking chat lit up. Look at that. My virginity belongs to Amaranth. Shut the fuck up Hasan. Moleküler biyoloji. Sol elle yazıyorum. Lan çok abazasınız amına koyayım ya biraz. Anyway. Okay, will we watch the Bernie video? I already did. Oh, this Bernie video. No, we're not. We're gonna move on to fucking No Pixel right now, actually. That's what I'm gonna do. Apparently fucking GME is going to the moon, but it's time, boys. It's time for fucking Grand Theft Auto. Listen, we got the Turks in here. I gotta give him a little taste of fucking No Pixel Mafia shit, you know? Kurtlar Vadisi, Polat Alemdar. Kim zurna gibi oldu. Türkiye seçiminde yayını olur mu? What do you think about what high school entrance exams? It's terrible. Seçim olur mu onu düşün önce amına koyayım. Ne? Biz rajon değil kafa keseriz burada. Rajon değil kafa keseriz. Okay. Abi yaşat ama sadece ilk 98 bölümü. Artık dünyanın en sert maddesi elmas değil. Türkiye seçiminde Cariye'nin yayınına katılsana. Ne seçimi var Türkiye'de ya? Ben anlamadım. Okay. Anyway, the Turks are telling me that there is like some sort of, I'm not gonna do a Turkish character in No Pixel. No, the Turks are telling me that there is some sort of election going on with Jade, and I'm trying to fucking understand it, but I don't know what's going on right now. But you know, stick around, Turks, because you're about to go on a fucking journey. All right. Election in Turkey, Omega lol. We're gonna be doing some crimes. Burada bizim bir we have I have a character who's an Italian man whose name is Umberto Antonio Donato Pecorino. Okay. Here, hold on. I even have an airsoft gun that goes with it. This is not a real gun. It's just an airsoft gun. But we do O gerçek silah. Değil lan, gerçek değil. F-35'leri verin. Where I do a character called Umberto Antonio Donato Pecorino. He's an Italian mobster who is a co-owner of a restaurant called the Rooster's Rest, alongside with my friend who's an old Asian man whose name is Lang Buddha. Tip bu işte aynen bizde. Okay. And yeah. All right. So now I'm going to turn off the camera for immersion. So kamerayı kapatıyorum arkadaşlar.